Against a backdrop of snow-covered birch trees, a group of women in white headscarves blend into the Russian winter landscape. In a country where public opposition is rare, their clear message to Vladimir Putin stands out: bring our men back from Ukraine. The woman's name is 34-year-old Maria Andreeva, and she is one of unofficial leaders of the nascent grassroots movement that has been gaining momentum in Russia over past few weeks. More than a year later, with their loved ones still on the battlefield, many women are organizing public protests and writing open letters questioning the official narrative that mobilized troops are needed in Russia's war in Ukraine. Maria Andreeva says she is not afraid to challenge Putin. Yulia Morozova: why should our men who live a peaceful life have to go to Ukraine? Says Andreeva, who lives in Moscow. If our government decides to attack a smaller country, let the army fight but leave our men alone. Andreeva said move emerged in September after head of Parliament's Defense Committee, Andrei Kartapalov, told press that there would be no rotation for soldiers in Ukraine and that they would return home after special military operation was completed. Russia has a history of women-led protests during wartime. Wives and mothers led an anti-war movement during First Chechen War in 1994, helping turn public opinion against conflict and playing a role in Kremlin's decision to stop war. Women were organized into well-run groups such as Russian Committee of Soldiers' Mothers, which had hundreds of regional centers across the country. And, importantly, their messages were broadcast on Russian television at a time when media was under control. It is not entirely dependent on the state. But since Putin came to power in 1999, Russian authorities have taken systematic steps to dismantle grassroots movements while also seizing independent organizations that could provide them with a platform. After full-scale occupation of Ukraine, the Kremlin went further, criminalizing essentially all anti-war voices and imposing harsh penalties on ordinary Russians for even minor acts of civilian protest against occupation. Andreeva communicates with other soldiers' wives, sisters and mothers on Telegram, one of the last platforms hosting independent voices. Much of its work is coordinated on the Put Domoy channel, which has amassed more than 35,000 members since its founding in September. She says she is not afraid because she is fed up. Chechen women and mothers of Russian soldiers on a peace march to the village of Samashki in western Chechnya in April 1995. Shak Ivazo Vap, the canal is where we come together and discuss our next moves, says Natalia, a nurse from a small town near Saratov in southern Russia. You realize there are many more people who want this war to end. Andrei Kolesnikov, a senior fellow at Carnegie Russia Eurasia Center in Moscow, says combating the movement is a sensitive issue for Kremlin. These wives and